Hi guys, how are you? Today we are going to understand what is namespace in Python. In Python, a namespace is a container that holds a set of names or identifiers and maps them to corresponding objects. Basically, namespaces are used to organize and manage the names of variables. Basically, namespaces are used to organize and manage the names of variables, functions, classes, and other objects within a program to avoid naming conflicts and provide a structure to the code. Why we use namespaces? We use namespaces to organize and manage the names of variables, functions, classes, and other objects within a program to avoid naming conflicts and provide a structure to the code. That is why we use namespace. And we have several types of namespaces in Python. So let's discuss this with example. We have total 4 types of namespaces in Python. Number 1 is global namespace, number 2 is enclosing namespace, and number 3 local namespace, and number 4 built-in namespace. The 4 types of namespace, we understand all this with example, how we create, how we define this namespace in program. Let's see. Guys, first we understand what are these. These are the names and what is the meaning of these. So first understand this. The first one is global namespace. This global namespace includes names defined at the top level of script or module. We will see later. Don't worry, just focus on this. It persists throughout the execution of the program and is accessible from any part of the code. The global namespace is accessible from any part of the code, and we will define this at the top level of script or module. 2 things about global namespace. The first one, we define at the top level of a script or module and is accessible from any part of the code. So guys, I write for you. The global namespace is defined at the top level of script and is accessible from any part of the code. The next one is enclosing namespace. Then this namespace is created for nested function. The enclosing namespace is created for nested functions when there is a function inside another function. When we create enclosing namespace, we create enclosing namespace when we use nested functions. The nested functions are those there is a function inside another function. The enclosing namespace contains name from the outer enclosing function. The enclosing namespace contains what? Contains names from the outer function. Don't worry, we will see all this in example code. Let's focus on the definitions and understanding what these are. So guys, the enclosing namespace is created for nested functions when there is a function inside another function and contains names from the outer function. This will contains name from the outer function. I will write for you this simple example. See guys, I write a simple definition for enclosing namespace just for you to understand it clearly. So guys, the enclosing namespace function is created for nested functions. Number one. And the number two things is enclosing namespace contains name from the outer enclosing function. These are the 2 points about this enclosing namespace. Nested function is basically a function inside another function. In nested function, we have one outer function and then inside another function. So let's understand the third, local namespace. What is local namespace? It is created when a function is called and includes names defined within that function. The local namespace is created when a function is called. Local namespace is created when we call a function, then local namespace is created and includes names defined within that function. It is a temporary and exists only during the function execution. So guys, let's understand local namespace one more time. What is local namespace? The local namespace is created when a function is called and includes names defined within that function. It is a temporary and exists only during the function's execution. This is about local namespace. Let me write it, this simple definition for you. Guys, the last one, the fourth one is built-in namespace. Actually, the built-in namespace includes names of built-in functions and types that are available by default in Python. The built-in functions are those which are by default in Python. For example, print function, length function, and so on. So let me write a simple definition of built-in function for you, then we will continue for each namespace type with example to understand it more clearly. Guys, this is the simple definition for built-in namespace. This namespace includes names of built-in functions and types that are available by default in Python. For example, print function, length function, int type, and str string types. So let's understand all these types with example. See guys, in this example, we create a global variable which is at the top of script. See guys, which is at the top of list. These are all comments comments are not included in Python Python program when it execute. So this is our first line of our this script. So we are creating at the top of this script global variable, name of a variable, global variable, and we assign 30 value to this global variable namespace, this global namespace. So then we create a function with name outer function. We define a function with name outer function. Inside this outer function we create a variable with name outer variable and assign 20 to this variable, and outer variable, this variable is in the enclosing namespace of inner function. Enclosing namespace. So guys, so this is our enclosing namespace outer variable. As we understand in definition of enclosing namespace, this namespace is created for nested functions. When there is a function inside another function, an enclosing namespace contains names from the outer function. See guys, and we are implementing this definition here. So on the next line we are defining a function with name inner function, inner underscore function. Inside this we are creating a local namespace. As we understand with definition of local namespace, we create local namespace inside the function. When we call this function, this namespace is created. So on the next line we are printing local variable and the value of local variable and the string and the value of outer variable, then print global variable. So when we call outer function, so this is our whole program. This is our whole program. When we call, guys, when we call the outer function, that time the outer variable enclosing namespace, this variable is assigned 20, and inside this we have inner function. First of all, what is happening here? When we call outer function, the control goes here, outer variable is assigned 20, then control comes to this function, inner function will be called. That time in inner function local variable get 10, and then print all these variables line by line, one by one, local variable, then outer variable, and then global variable, which we define at the top of our script. So let's run this program and we will get all these variable. Local variable value is 10 and the outer variable is 20 and the global variable is 30. This is our expected result. So let's run this script to understand and see what we got. Python namespace.py. See guys, we got local variable value 10, outer variable 20, and global variable 30. So in this example, you see guys, we are accessing global variable in anywhere in our script. So this is global variable we are accessing inside our inner function. of nested function. So this is the whole scenario of how we create global namespace, enclosing namespace, local namespace, and how we get these values in our daily life scripts. So one thing is pending here, the built-in. So let's see the built-in functions and types of Python, which are our built-in namespaces. We will understand built-in data types with this definition. We also understand it, guys. We also understand it. Then this namespace includes names of built-in functions and types that are available by default in Python. So it's mean we cover all concept of namespaces, types. So that is enough for today video. The videos is going so large, so I want to end this video as soon as possible, but the whole focus of my in this video is only to understand is namespaces in Python, you guys clearly. So please subscribe channel, share with your friend, like the button. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.